Hey everyone, my name is Wedge, and yes, I'm super pumped too! Thanks to all of your excitement and support, Wizards of the Coast has deemed our community deserving of another exclusive spoiler. In Dragons of Tarkir, we were graced with the presence of Damnable Pact, a commander powerhouse. This time around, a whole different set of commander players are going to be happy. I hope you enjoy. Jace's Sanctum is 3 colorless and 1 blue for a rare enchantment. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, scry 1. There are a lot of things I want to comment on here. First, we got a Jace storyline card. Hype. Second, we've got another card on the new scry bandwagon. Always excited about that. Let's talk playability. Welcome to Arcane Melee version 2.0. While the Sanctum does only reduce the spell cost by 1, it is 1 mana cheaper and it only affects your spells. Very important. Also, no big deal, but whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, scry 1, do you have any idea how fast you can go through your deck with that? You'll never have a bad draw again. If we're talking standard, this is a tricky card. It's a build around enchantment without any real impact on the board. If this were to see play in any competitive deck, it would have to be in a spell-based tempo deck, or what would be the point, The issue there? Not sure a deck like that can exist right now. Don't get me wrong, there's totally an engine there with prowess being a thing. Jace's Sanctum plus prowess is a dirty combination. This card has all the bells and whistles a Jeskai tempo deck could want. The only real problem is that it isn't proactive. For a strategy that relies on strong tempo swings, this card will most likely be a time walk for your opponent. That's super awkward. Now, Arcane Melee managed to find its way into some block and a few standard strategies back in the day, but it was by no means a staple. Cards like this are chaotic and require great sacrifice on your part to make them work effectively. While I love it, I'm not sure standard is the right place for it right now. What is the right place? Yes, Commander. Let's jump into the EDH pool of happiness, shall we? It didn't take long to figure out the myriad of commander decks this monster can go in. While in standard you have to worry about your turn 4 plays, in commander the pressure isn't nearly as high. We're going to rattle these off. Let's start with the most obvious. Melek Izzet Paragon is one of the flagship spell-centered commanders. With something like Jace's Sanctum in play, you can play way more spells, copy more spells, and just create perpetual nightmares for your opponents. Best part? Melek's second ability lets you cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery. You get to scry every spell with the Sanctum. See what's going on here? Yeah, it's dirty. Next up is Tibor and Lumia, a criminally underrated commander. Just give them flying and go to town, wiping the board every turn if you want to. The deck will have many of the same spells as Melek, but you'll get additional value when you tremor every spell you cast. It's the little things. A deck that Arcane Melee calls home is Talrand Sky Summoner, another perfect strategy for the Sanctum. Pretty simple synergy here. Play spells, get drakes, play Sanctum, play more spells, get more drakes, math, you get it. I could do this all day. Niv Mizzet, spam Wheel of Fortune effects, draw spells, anything, deal damage with each card drawn, and scry to go as deep as possible. Talk about consistency. The last powerhouse deck I'd put Jace's Sanctum in would be a spell-based Riku of 2 reflection strategy. It just makes sense. Riku is a spell copy machine on a stick. Sanctum belongs in this deck. It makes your spells cheaper, making it easier to copy more of them. It's easy peasy. As you can see, while Jace's Sanctum doesn't seem like a flashy card, it can do plenty in the right hands. This is a card designed to be used in a very specific way, so use it that way. Izzet players, I'm mainly talking to you. You enjoy these kind of cards, right? Just scry all the time, makes it easier to spam spells. Go nuts! Jace's Sanctum should see significant commander play. I hope you give it as much credit as I do. What do you all think? Do you like the Sanctum? Anywhere else you'd play it I didn't mention? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Also, and I can't stress this enough, please leave your thanks to Wizards for giving us another spoiler and pat yourselves on the back. You're the reason we've gotten this far. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic Origins spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. What?